planned attack. Code was broken, but bonds like glue. Tech Talks live, keep your eyes on the news. Tech Talk, get ready for a wild ride. Rich and Jay standing side by side. Past is past, but the future's bright. 'Cause Tech Talk is in the spotlight. You ready, player one? You're home. You ready, player one? Jay got fired and his PC hacked, but Rich gave up his planned attack. Code was broken, but bonds like glue. Tech Talks live, keep your eyes on the news. Tech Talk, get ready for a wild ride. Rich and Jay standing side by side. Past is past, but the future's bright. 'Cause Tech Talk is in the spotlight. You ready, player one? You're home. You ready, player one? Jay got fired and his PC hacked, but Rich gave up his planned attack. Code was broken, but bonds like glue. Tech Talks live, keep your eyes on the news. Tech Talk, get ready for a wild ride. Rich and Jay standing side by side. Past is past, but the future's bright. 'Cause Tech Talk is in the spotlight. You ready, player one? You're home. You ready, player one? Jay got fired and his PC hacked, but Rich gave up his planned attack. Code was broken, but bonds like glue. Tech Talks live, keep your eyes on the news. Tech Talk, get ready for a wild ride. Rich and Jay standing side by side. Past is past, but the future's bright. 'Cause Tech Talk is in the spotlight. You ready, player one? You're home. You ready, player one? Jay got fired and his PC hacked, but Rich gave up his planned attack. Code was broken, but bonds
Let's
like
get
glue.
right
Tech
into the
Talks live, keep your
news.
eyes on the news. Tech Talk, get ready for a wild ride. Rich and Jay standing side by side. Past
This song is so
past, but the
cringeworthy.
future's
I swear I think Keemstar made it cringeworthy to make me fucking cringe.
You ready, player one? You're home. You ready, player one? Jay got fired and his PC hacked, but Rich gave up his planned attack.
Second, I will come back though. I'm coming back. I am coming back. No, I'm off. I'm off the air. I've already redirected to you.
Alright, I'll see you in a
I'll be
bit,
back
Riley.
though. Yep.
Tech Talk, get ready for a wild ride. Rich and Jay standing side by side. Past is past, but the future's bright. 'Cause Tech Talk is in the spotlight. You ready, player one? You're
I'm still muted. That's okay, though. How's everyone doing tonight? We already got a gifted membership, and it's actually working. Can you hear me once? No.
Oh, look, I'm already screwed up tonight. I have my mic muted. I can hear you loud.
We are both already fined. Jay is off right now spooning a cat.
Can't believe Jay wants to spoon a cat instead of be on the show tonight. But it is what it is.
Listen, Jay is off spooning a cat as we speak. I got something. This is not on Keemstar. I got something to bitch at. So for those of you who are members and you are in the members chat on in Discord, if I could fucking talk today, or excuse me, it's early in the stream, I shouldn't have swore. I had a thumbnail, and I make strange thumbnails because Jay's off today, spooning a cat. And the initial one I had, remember when Jordy and Boogie were in the boxing match and they were doing the weigh-in, and you saw it, they were shirtless, and they're men with breasts. Okay? Like I'm a man
Calling
with breasts.
you so far.
And so what I did as a joke was, all right, I kind of knew that the tipples were out of the question. Yes, Jay's literally spooning with the cat right now. So I first off, thank you, Jay. I was out running errands, okay? And I'm thinking like, all right, I know he's got to do a cat cuddle session like Becky. And all right, I know I need to host the stream tonight, right? What's up, Thal? Thank you very much for Big Daddy Ones2Cents.
Hey, thank you, Thal. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you very much, man.
No, listen, we're not talking about tech ever, even though we are. So I'm like, all right, I'll cover up the tipples. And I said it to Keemstar. He's like, yo, you might get flagged for that. And I'm like, oh my God. So I send another image and I make Keemstar, because Keemstar's face was covering the tipples. I made him bigger.
Well,
and I'm like,
to be fair, Rich, Wings' boobs kind of look like a woman's. When it comes to the AI,
all right, fine. But it just kind of shows, though, man, like YouTube is like becoming Twitch with that stuff. Between the warning that I got on my channel with a song about, it was a parody song. I know you've heard it before. And if you could buy,
the breast song.
No, the breast song wasn't that bad. It was with Stanley Kendall, or the one I'm talking about.
Oh, now I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, there was nothing wrong with that.
It was just parody, and I got a warning for that, and it might stick. So
really,
yeah, and it was YouTube. It wasn't like a troll. It was YouTube that picked it up. So they're like switching role reversal with Twitch right now, where it's like Twitch used to be like a dude couldn't get shirtless. They wanted it to be like equality with women. They actually rolled that back, and now YouTube is like Wings' breasts are just a bridge too friggin' far for them.
Well, I got to be honest. I mean, your breasts are a bridge too far sometimes too.
Listen, I did shave myself on this stream. That is true. So what's up, everybody? How are you doing this evening? We do actually have an interesting show in store for us. I would like to thank Jay for blindsiding me with having to get the stream set up. We actually have a lot of crap to talk about tonight in terms of that. If you have a non-ray tracing capable graphics card and you want to play Doom: The Dark Ages, guess what?
Yeah, you're screwed. You're screwed from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but are you really screwed? Why is it saying that I'm backwards? I'm not backwards. You're
not backwards. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're backwards. I don't see you on Discord as backwards, but you're definitely backwards on Rich. You got to learn the tech, man. You're backwards on YouTube right now.
How do I switch that? How do I like mirror myself then? I don't really get it. Like I'm seeing anyway.
It is what it is.
The image shouldn't be flipped. I don't know why it's flipped, but it's flipped. Anyway, so it's interesting. How many of you have a graphics card that can't handle ray tracing? What's up, Monday Matt? I want to see.
Maybe we should do a poll on that, in all honesty.
I don't even know if I have the capability of doing a poll.
You should have those capabilities.
I think Gifted is still working. Wait, you still have a 1060? Press 1 if you have a ray tracing capable graphics card, and 2 if you do not have a ray tracing capable graphics card. That's an easier way to do it.
I'm hoping I'm going to see more ones than twos because I mean the ray tracing cards have been out for what 8 years now. Like there's no excuse not to have at least like a 2060 or 3060, something along those lines.
All right, that makes me feel better. There's a lot of ones. Good. There's a lot of ones. So I'm going to flip up here. Actually, I came prepared today with news. Let's get into the news here. Where is NVIDIA?
Oh, thank you, sir, for the 5 gifted memberships. Let's see if they actually want to work tonight.
Yeah,
and they're still working. Holy hell, they're still working.
Thank you, God, and thank you, God, you're here to check that. So, Doom: The Dark Ages PC specs have been revealed. Let me make sure you can still hear me because I'm overly paranoid about it. Yes, you can.
Oh no, look who just showed up.
Xylee, I told Xylee to come through. I told her to come through because I wasn't sure there was going to be anybody here.
He's like, you should come on my show tonight. I was like, oh my God, I don't know anything about tech. I mean, I'm only going to be here for a little bit. I ain't going to be here long.
That's fine. It's okay. Because I was like, because Keemstar, because I went to Keemstar. I'm like, yeah, Jay's off tonight. Like, I'm like, he's off. He has to, cuddle with this cat or whatever. And he's like, I didn't know that Jay was off. And I'm like, wait, what? Because I'm thinking he's going to have like a surprise guest like Boogie or Becky with me. Okay. And I'm thinking it's like all prepped or whatever. And he's like, I didn't even know you weren't going to have anybody.
No, you got to find your own co-host. I had to find mine.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I had.
Listen, we're the good kids. Keem doesn't babysit our show.
Rich, come on. Yeah, there we go. I was about to call you out for that.
As soon as I found out,
beautiful face.
I was like midweek last week, knowing that Billy was going to be off Monday and Tuesday. I went ahead and messaged Wing and Boogie and made a group chat.
All right, now I know.
All of a sudden, though.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what they're like. Okay, I don't know. And then he's like, why don't you get ones? I'm like, I don't know if you'll do it. Like, please, like, all right, see. So, all right, now I know another lesson learned. Mm-hmm. Another goddamn lesson learned is that if your co-host is out, you need to figure it out on your own. Okay.
Yeah, you need to figure it out. Either get another co-host or do it by yourself. Yeah.
Wait, Rich, Jay didn't tell you the deal with the docket team?
No.
Wow.
Wait, what?
I guess he's really fucking with you. So with the docket team, if one of you have to call off, in order to be on the docket team, we have to be willing to go on camera and actually be here and support the show, not only behind the scenes, but in front of the scenes as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Listen, man. I purposely fucked with Jay yesterday. I told him. Like,
speaking of, Rich, you know Jay fucked with you on your solo stream, right? Did he tell you about that?
No. What did he do?
Remember how you were having problems getting everything up and running for the stream?
Yeah.
He changed the stream key on you to fuck with you.
Oh, come on.
No joke. He straight up did. He changed the stream key just to fuck with you and see if you could figure it out and if you know tech.
And I did figure it out.
You did figure it out.
But I was like, what the fuck is going
on? That's kind of fucked up. Not gonna lie, that's kind of fucked up.
I was like, motherfucker, really? Yo, he should get a fucking fine for that, like Boogie was gonna get one.
What he's getting a fine for him? He's just making sure that you actually know how to tech.
Listen,
I was LolCow TechTalk.
I was so worried because I was like, so I messaged Billy and I was like, Billy, did you ever accidentally, because I have had to stream on here once before, right? And I was like, Billy, did you ever change the stream key that you know of? He goes, not that I know of. I said, okay. I was so scared about that. I went and checked what the stream key was and looked at my stream key to see if it was the same thing. And I did it like 3 times to make sure.
I literally did. I was just about to say, I literally quadruple or triple checked the stream key.
Well,
tonight.
yeah. Well, you have to do that because it's so easy to hit the reset key because looking at the stream key and the reset key is right there beside each other. So it's easy to accidentally do that.
Well, I went to go start on here one time and I fucked up and started streaming on my other channel.
Mhm.
Well,
I was like,
that was the same night. That was the same night.
oh,
what you
that was
basically did,
never mind. That
you
was
started
like
you started streaming on your channel, and then you redirected your channel over to LolCow because you realized you had screwed up.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
that motherfucker, man. Really?
Okay, now let me ask you the second question. Do you have the redirect to Aussie?
Not yet. I'll hopefully get it though. Chippy, thank you for becoming a member.
Do you need the link to Aussie to do that? I can do it in the side chat here if you want.
Yes, please.
All right, 1 second. Mom's doing it.
Thank
Riley
you
for the win tonight, for the save.
I can't wait till Jay's back doing all this shit. I'm capable of doing it, but I don't think I've done that goddamn horrible. I've seen way worse issues on other channels, like Queens, for example.
Okay, it's on the side chat here in this voice chat.
All right.
I just put the link there for you.
Lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good night, Sally. I know you.
Hey, I'm tired. It's been a long damn 2 days.
I'm sure it has been. All
yeah,
right.
it has. All right.
Appreciate
So, Sally, before you go, I got a question. Where was Billy today? I haven't been following Rewind for a couple days.
He had this trip planned. He flew out Sunday, and he may be here by the end of the show tomorrow night. But he had already had this trip planned. So
okay.
yeah,
I just
he's
haven't been
off
following for
doing
the
his
past couple
thing.
days.
Yeah. So it'll be me again tomorrow. So
Who's going to be your host?
Boogie.
We get Wings tonight, and then we're going to get Boogie on Rewind tomorrow.
Yeah, and you know what? I have to admit, I really liked streaming with Wings.
I watched it for a little bit before the show, and it was great.
Yeah, he was like being very like charismatic, and like I was like, he wasn't, because there's times I've seen where there's other guests on, and Wings always does that side profile thing where he's just like this and not saying anything.
Yeah.
You know, he was actually like into it and doing his thing. So hey, awesome. Okay.
I have to admit, it was fun, and Keemstar was in the chat going, "That's it, LolCow Live's taking Billy, and Wings is going to Rewind." I'm like, "No, you ain't taking my Billy away from me. I'll be damned." But anyway, you guys have a good night, have a great stream, and if you need anything, just let me know.
All right.
Have a good night, Sally. Good seeing you.
Peace out, guys.
Appreciate it. So yeah, it's interesting because I saw a lot of ones in the chat when it comes to having RTX capable graphics cards. I think it's a good thing that we're finally getting to the point where it's not like ray tracing is an afterthought. It's being baked into the games to the point where it's requiring that you have.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. For the main reason for one, AMD. AMD has been a crapshoot with their cards when it comes to ray tracing.
Mm-hmm.
So if we see more and more of these games going into ray tracing only, it's going to force AMD to step up their game. Like I have a 7900 XTX, and the ray tracing is just horrible on it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, here's the thing. AMD makes incredible integrated graphics. Okay, like that's a reason a lot of these portables are able to do what they're doing right now. And I'm ROG Ally, the Steam Deck, you name it, Lenovo Legion Go, the list goes on and on and on. But yeah, they really are behind with ray tracing, which I also find strange because if you know the console tech, the Series X and S and the PlayStation 5 are using AMD.
And they do RT amazingly. Like the Indiana Jones game that just released a couple months ago, it's doing perfect on the Series X.
Is it though, or are they cutting some corners with it?
They're obviously cutting fidelity. They're obviously dumbing down the graphics and things like that. You're not going to get full true 4K. You're not going to get full true 1440p on that box. Last I heard, I think it was running somewhere upscaled 1080, something like that.
Yeah, it's interesting that we're now down to the 1080p again in this generation with AI upscaling. And
I gotta say something. I see what you're saying, Jay. I'm guessing that's Jay there. No, he did not do an intro for me at all. It's okay. It happens. He doesn't know what he's doing tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ones2Cents. Jay, what the hell are you doing if you're sitting here babysitting in the chat? He's actually the head of our docket team. He's also doing some other stuff for me behind the scenes. Very awesome dude. I'm a little disheveled today because I was juggling 6,000 things at once besides doing LolCow Live. So listen, get off, stop taking a nap with the cat, and why don't you get on the stream? So it's interesting to me that AMD is behind with ray tracing. Anyway, I'm getting back on track here.
Well, I hear their what is it? Their 9070 is supposedly going to be more powerful in the ray tracing department. It's supposed to be on par with the 7900 XTX, but the ray tracing is supposed to be better with the 9070 XT. Supposedly, at least that's what I'm hearing down the pipelines.
They absolutely need to, because it's kind of like, remember when AMD was in their FX series processor phase?
Oh god, the bulldozer. Oh no,
the bulldozer,
no.
and I forgot what was after bulldozer. It was essentially the same damn thing, just refined. The 8350.
Yep.
And Intel was just pumping out the same crap every year. It was another 4-core 8-thread. Oh, but it has more instructions per clock than last year. And Intel just had to sit on their ass and do nothing because AMD was so far behind. Not that it's the same gap or delta between AMD's graphics cards and NVIDIA's graphics cards, but there's a reason that the 5060, from what I'm hearing, is going to only have 8 gigabytes of VRAM. That's diabolical in 2025 to have a new GPU even budget when you're a competitor. I know I'm preaching right now. I'm sorry, but it pisses me off.
No, I'd be preaching the same.
The Intel B580 has 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Like, it's, but the reason, and I'm hoping that Intel is competitive with their graphics cards, because maybe it'll put fire under NVIDIA's ass. But I feel the reason why NVIDIA is just kind of relaxing right now and just lazily putting out graphics cards that are actually decreasing how much VRAM they have is because they can, because their competitors are nowhere near them yet.
I mean, look at the 5090 right now. A lot of people don't know this, but they're heavily relying on the AI aspect of DLSS4 for it. You're only getting a 30% increase on the actual card itself. And the reason why they're doing that is because they can. If you think about it, look at what happened with Intel the moment the Ryzen chips came out. The Ryzen CPUs came out. Intel was like, oh.
They were lost.
We can't just sit here and do nothing anymore.
They were scrambling and scraping, dude. They had no idea what the hell to do.
And they're still scrambling to this day. I mean, the king of the king CPU is the 9800 X3D right now. Like, Intel just cannot touch it. At least I take that back. Intel can't touch it when it comes to gaming performance, but when it comes to multitasking, things like that, Intel's are still the CPU to go with, and at least until you get like the 9850 X3D or something like that to come out. And even then, Intel still got that.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's always that conspiracy too, where Intel kind of gets into the pockets of like Adobe, I've heard before, and also video editing software like Premiere is a reason why Intel is a cut above. There's nothing that proves that. I know that AMD and Intel have been very cutthroat in the past before, where like Intel was trying to have more laptops have their chips and stuff like that in the past, but Intel has always kind of been the way to go for if you're heavy into productivity. That has changed. I wouldn't blink an eye. The rig I'm building on here is going to be a 9800X, is based on the 9800 X3D. And I did look it up actually in between the stream. It's still a good chip for productivity. But yeah.
Little birdie told me you're gonna spurge for the 5090 as well.
No, get the fuck out. The thing is too, and you already hear they're pre-scalping it, right? It's
going on eBay right now for like no joke. They're scalping it already before it's even launched. Like the cards are being scalped for like up to $7,000 on eBay right now, which is insane.
Which is lunacy. Like, and when you look at really, like you were talking about the actual real world performance that you're getting with it, it's not that big of a jump. Like I am not rushing to do anything between my 4090 that I have now to go out and buy a 5090. It's just not, especially with how much wattage that they're using too.
Yeah, no, I don't even think the 59 will be worth it at that wattage, at least for right now. I mean, yes, it's a graphical leap. Yes, DLSS 4 is going to be supported on it, but I mean, I wanted to upgrade. I wanted to go to like a 5080. I wanted to go a 5090 for my 7900 XTX, but I just don't see the reason to do it right now.
The hell is the point? You know,
There really isn't. Not this generation. I don't see it this generation.
no. And
So,
what were we gonna say?
so what else you got for us tonight, Rich?
I got this one actually is surprising. And we've gone away, thankfully, from cloud gaming for a while. And I was thankful for that. I still hate cloud gaming. I hate that we own nothing. And it's getting worse and worse. But it seems like GeForce Now is actually in high demand, which I get, because if there was a cloud streaming service that you were going to go into, it would be GeForce Now. This comes from Tom's Hardware. Most of NVIDIA's GeForce Now streaming tiers are currently unavailable, reportedly due to high demand. Gamers looking to opt for NVIDIA's cloud gaming, which I've used before, it's amazing, even if you have decent Wi-Fi. I've actually used NVIDIA's cloud gaming. I know I'm have this up on the screen right now, in a coffee shop at a Starbucks, and I had no issues with it. So
No,
take
no,
that
I
as
can actually agree with that. I've actually used them before, just testing them out, and I would say they are. God, I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I'd say they're hands down better than like even Xbox's cloud solution.
absolutely.
The latency is so much better than it is when it comes to like Xbox's solution. They've got it down to a science at this point.
You know,
Yes, Jay. Yes, Jay. Gifted memberships are currently working.
Yes, gifted memberships as of now are currently working. Gamers looking to opt for NVIDIA's cloud gaming platform will be left disappointed, as 5 out of the 8 subscription tiers are currently sold out. Further investigation suggests this is likely a global issue, as the same tiers remain inaccessible for several regions. Last year, NVIDIA introduced day passes with provide 24-hour access to NVIDIA's high-performance machines without the commitment of long-term subscriptions. Likewise, NVIDIA also offers 1 month and 6 month memberships. These 1 month and 6 month plans are divided into free, basic rig with ads, premium 1440p with RTX, and ultimate 4K HDR with 240 FPX and ray tracing packages. So I'll switch the screen up here. I hate this. I hate it.
Why though? Because everything's moving over to cloud at this point.
Yeah, I hate that you're going to be reliant on having a connection for everything. I hate that. Like, I like
Yes and no. We knew this was coming. We're in our 40s. We knew this was coming.
I know it was coming. I know it was inevitable. But here is the thing. We're going to be totally reliant on everything being connected to the internet. Now, I understand there's a lot of games that won't even start unless you have an internet connection. Or not a lot, but there's a good portion of games. But that means that you're not going to have anything downloaded that you could play locally, like when you have whether it be a Switch or whatever device that you have. Everything, or even if you have a gaming PC, everything you're not, gaming PCs are going to cease to exist one day. Think about that.
Yeah, eventually, not in our lifetime, I don't think. But I think the one bastion for physical hardware, for physical games, I honestly think is going to be Nintendo. Like I'm not a big Nintendo fan like Jay is, but at the end of the day, if you look at it, they're sticking with their hardware. They're not going anywhere. They're sticking with physical media, which I'm glad to see. But at the same time, Walmart, Target, and all of them are doing away with physical media. They're getting rid of their game section and going to like game download codes only.
Well, game downloads, like with the Switch, I've told this story ages ago. When I first got a Switch, I was buying everything with cartridges. You know, I'm like, and then I had, then I lost all my games. I thought I blamed it on my son. I thought it was that. I actually had them in a clean laundry basket. And ever since then, I bought all of my games digitally. And so I've been on the digital bandwagon even well before that too, but I've switched over with the Switch completely. Well, my whole library is digital now. But the thing is, those games are still on my Switch. They're still on the SD card.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Like when I went to Malaysia in 2023, I specifically bought a Switch just to play on the plane flight because it's a long plane flight. Like the travel time to the other side of the world is like 27 to 36 hours, and that's if you find a good flight. And yeah, I tried to connect to the internet on the flight, and it just wasn't working properly for most of the time. I couldn't play any of my downloaded games. Any of my digitally downloaded games could not play because I could not connect to Switch Online. So like I love the ease of use of digital, but it's there's still some issues there.
Well, that was the only Switch that you had?
Yeah, because it was the only Switch I had.
Because if it isn't your main Switch, then it has to check with the internet to see if you actually own the game, which is pretty ridiculous. How the hell did you do a 27-hour flight?
If you only knew. So I flew from Chicago to Narita, and then from Narita to Kuala Lumpur. Look that up. It's a horrible flight. Horrible.
I mean,
horrible
the
trip.
longest flight I ever fucking did was like 3 hours, man. Yeah, you could play offline. You should be, unless there's a specific game, you should be able to play offline. Another interesting thing I heard about, we don't need to bring up.
And that could have been it too. That could have been it too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe you didn't have it. That they're actually, this shouldn't even be goddamn news, is that they're fixing the Joy-Con issue with the Switch 2. This is the most non-story story ever, but it's still a story because of how notorious Joy-Con drift was with the Nintendo Switch. I haven't really dealt with it on my Switch, but I wasn't playing enough to. But I know it was a major issue. So that is interesting, the fact that they are actually going to address it and actually do something about it. But it shouldn't be interesting because they should have done something about it ages ago. Nintendo is still not officially like addressed Joy-Con drift, probably because they don't want another class action lawsuit against them. That actually goes through.
Pretty much. I'd agree with that. I just hope this new Switch 2 I hope the Joy-Cons are a lot better.
Well, they're doing like a lottery with the Switch 2 to actually, they're doing like where people could go and actually go check it out. We don't even know anything.
That's right. They're doing the live events. Before the game launch, before the system launch. You're right.
How many of you hit one if you've dealt with Joy-Con drift if you own a Switch? I'm curious to see. And literally it froze. The dashboard froze. Oh my God. Holy shit. It's like everybody.
That's a lot more surprising than I thought. Holy hell.
It's I said this before. I've dealt with Joy-Con drift on a lot of different devices.
Did you deal with Joy-Con drift because it was actual Joy-Con drift, or did you actually sit accidentally on a Nintendo Switch and that's where it caused the drift?
No, my fat ass didn't sit on it. It was like on other devices too. One of my 6000i and EOS, I've dealt with it. This is why with the Switch, I actually like the fact that they're detachable, and if you need new ones, you need new ones, and it's not a tragedy. But it doesn't make it any better, especially Nintendo sells those for $70. And I'm going to place bets that the next gen Switch, they're probably going to make those Joy-Cons more expensive.
Oh, guaranteed. I'd say $90, maybe even $100. I mean, you're always going to be paying the Nintendo tax. You're always going to be paying the Nintendo tax no matter what you do when it comes to games. When it comes to accessories, there's always a Nintendo tax involved in it.
Yeah, that's another thing that's diabolical too, is how much they make you pay for their games.
Rich, what is that on your desk?
Oh, this is my weed seltzer.
Are you drinking another freaking weed seltzer tonight?
Yeah, man, I'm getting stoned out of my mind, even though I've been completely goddamn sober. Guy have been goddamn sober for over 3 months now. Haven't touched a single edible. They're stuck in my goddamn freezer. Everyone keeps on saying that I'm stoned. Just because I have bags under my eyes doesn't mean I'm stoned.
Oh, no.
PS5 control. Yes, they are just as bad. They are just as bad. Hollow, I missed 2 of them from you. One's in the house. Got the senpai. Where's the chili at? That is said to you. Hollows were what a weasel. Rich, get him back. Also, love Xylee. Love the commentary community. Shout out to Jesters. Bad weasel. Very naughty. Tisk tisk. Listen, just because Jay's beard looks like the character creation in a Bloodborne game doesn't mean you get to mock him.
So for those asking about the chili for Jay, it's coming. I'm due my debt. I'm going to be calling in that debt.
What the hell? Explain the chili.
Oh, the chili. We had an agreement back when I was giving you shit left and right. A lot of people, I guess you might not know, but I was hating on Rich for over a year now.
Yeah, very long time.
Yeah, I was Jay's admin for the longest. I sided with Jay when all the shit went down. But yeah, we had a bet that I couldn't stay off of your channel. I couldn't watch you for 90 days. And if I won, he's got to take a bath in chili. If I lost, then I would have had to have taken a bath in Wendy's chili. And guess what? I won. You know, that little point of time I disappeared for a little bit? It was just so I could win that bet.
Listen, no, he needs to eat something with like Scotch bonnet peppers in it with chili too.
Oh, he couldn't do that. He couldn't do that.
Wait, Jay can't handle spicy shit?
As far as I know, he can't.
Oh my God. I didn't know that. He's a bitch. So yeah, Hollow, if you open a game on a network and switch to AirPlay mode, you can access online game titles. Okay, that's actually good to know too. I got to call Nintendo with the Switch OLED I just got and tell, like, this is my main Switch. Like, stop. Like, I don't want, every time I go to, they're checking the game to see if I can play it. Yeah, the PS5 controllers are just bad. We talked about that. Hollow, we got to you. Never mind, Weasel, prank his ass again. I heard the PS10 will be VR and then it will be augmented. How about Sony supports the goddamn VR that they have out right now instead of dumping it like a log of crap?
You know what? Speaking of Sony supporting things, you know about the new handheld console coming out, right?
Yeah, and Microsoft's essentially doing the same thing too.
Oh yeah, my fear of this new console coming out, and I press 1 in the chat if you're feeling the same. I'm scared they're going to give it the same treatment as the Vita got.
I don't know.
I really think they're not going to advertise it just like they didn't do the Vita.
Here's why I don't think that, because they're gonna take the same approach that like Valve and Asus are doing, where you're just playing the same damn games just at lower graphical settings with their integrated graphics. So it's not like they have to make a different game. Where when they had the Vita, they had to make a different game. When Microsoft, Jesus Christ, when Nintendo had the DS, they had to make a different game. It wasn't just, you're going to get the same game, but at lower graphical settings, kind of like a Series S on steroids. If that makes sense. Normally,
Shinobi, I wouldn't respond to a £2 donation, but yeah, 60 frames per second Bloodborne definitely needs to happen. Like I've never even played the game, but I have friends, I have everybody in the community is like, just give us a 60 frames per second Bloodborne.
Yeah, well, we already talked about why that's not going to happen. Miyazaki's like, keep your damn hands off my game until I'm ready to be in there. Maximus, I bet the Ally X will be better than this. I love the Ally. If you're, dude, I love the ROG Ally X. I have one. So if you're trying to get hate out of me for that, yeah, I want to eventually try Bloodborne on PC. I know there's tutorials out there. I just got to get the time to make that actually work. So, in here, yeah, we could go. Bro, I'll never beat the weed seltzer allegations ever.
No,
it's never going to happen. Every one of these seltzers, I'm just getting completely shit-faced on weed. So this is something I wanted to show too. This actually comes from Destin. He used to, I don't know if he still works at, I I don't know if he still works with IGN or he moved on to his own thing. He used to be on Screw Attack. Remember Hard News? Do you remember Hard News?
Vaguely. It's been a minute.
Well, anyway, if you remember, let me change the screen to me for a second. I don't know what's going on here, but Black Myth Wukong was not the reason why they didn't bring it to the Xbox Series X is because they would have to do more legwork to get the game optimized to run on the Series S. And we all know that to get the games to run on
the fucking parity. It's the parity requirement.
It's the parity requirement. Now, there's people that have come out and they're like, look, I'm running Black Myth Wukong, albeit not great, on integrated graphics, but I guess they couldn't get it to run to the standard they would want it to run on a console. And they were saying that, I think they said, don't get me wrong, this come off the top of my head, couple years to try to get it. So they were just like, nah, it's just going to go to PlayStation 5 and PC. Well, this is what Phil Spencer was saying to Destin, and I'll bring that up right now.
Consider dropping or adjusting the Xbox Series S parity clauses with the Xbox Series X, those sort of requirements.
Am I the only one that can't hear the audio at all?
You can't hear it at all? Oh, I know why you can't hear it. And there's really nothing I could do about that right now.
Oh, there we go. Now it popped in.
Okay.
Developers have brought up difficulty optimizing for the Series S. Can you tell us?
Phil Spencer lost a bunch of weight. Notice that? Anyway, who gives a shit?
Any more about plans there?
Ozempic diet, didn't you know?
There's a lot of people on that, man. Fat Joe lost a bunch of fucking weight too. Anyway, who cares?
Yeah, in a way, I think about it in almost exactly the opposite way right now. With the rise of handheld PCs and even the introduction so far of the Switch 2, as developers, we're building on more device specs, from lower powered, because they're battery powered devices, all the way through things that plug into the wall. I actually think we have a real advantage because we've been targeting S for quite a while, that our games have been built and they're portable across many different specs. So when we look at something like a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally or something, we've got this S version of the games that's more tailored to the device specs of a lot of devices that frankly are getting introduced right now.
He has a point there. Like, people, of course I had to hit something on the M screen. There's so many like these games are made to scale in most cases. You know, we're now, like you're talking about the new Indiana Jones game, you need ray tracing. That's good. That's a tall order for even like the ROG Ally X. But these games are made, and Doom, the new Doom game coming out, the Dark Ages. But these games are made to work across, even before the Series S, a wide range of hardware. Is it really the Series S that's holding back a lot of these games when they're already being designed to work with various pieces of like different PC hardware, from integrated graphics all the way up to like a 5090? But I'll let him continue and then we'll talk about it more.
And I think that helps us. And frankly, the scalability of engines today allows them to scale from ray trace enabled multi-$1,000 graphics card on desktop PCs, all the way through a handheld battery powered device. So for me, S has been helpful in our portfolio. And I'm playing Indiana Jones on the S and it looks great. So like it's definitely capable of playing current generation games.
Does it really look great, Phil? I think great is a strong word.
But it has it though? Has the Series S actually helped their portfolio? Like I know it's prevented several games from coming over to the Series X just because they don't want to have to dumb it down on the Series S.
We'll talk about that more in a second because I got a bunch of stuff to say. I just want to finish this up.
Games in a great way. But most of your games that are going to be out there are going to be supporting these different devices. And the S spec of what it is actually maps pretty well to the devices that we're seeing introduced right now. So I think it actually is an important design point for teams going forward, that kind of power performance mix that you see in the Series S.
All right. I kind of I feel like I agree with him more than you do. Initially I used to be very critical of the Series S in terms of like how limited it was, but if they're already making these games, like I said before, to run on different pieces of hardware that are actually less powerful than a Series S, is it really the Series S holding back the games?
I would say yes a little bit, because look at Wukong, right? I mean, visually, it's stunning. It's beautiful. Now, if you put that on a Series S, it would look like trash. And then we had somebody in here commenting, like, they're saying that the Series S will bottleneck with GTA 6. Absolutely. I don't think the Series S is going to get GTA 6 at all, or any version of it. I really don't. Like, I mean, that's just opinion. That's just my personal opinion, but I really don't see it happening, just with how low end that console is at this point.
That's
I don't even think Switch 2 will get it. I don't think Switch 2 will get it either.
If it does, I mean, man, because here's the thing. Now, would that mean that it would be either delayed or not come to the Series X?
Possibly. I mean, the only way I could see them doing it on a Series S is basically running at 720p 30.
I mean, then think about this. That would make us, it's not coming to PC right away anyway for a while. That means it would be a substantially timed exclusive for PlayStation like the old days. That's insane.
I'm thinking so, if you really think about it, because it's not coming to PC first. And if we have to do this parity shit that Xbox is expecting us to do with the Series S and the Series X, it either doesn't come to... I don't see any way of it coming to the Series S unless it's like 720p 30 frames per second. I really don't.
Unless they're going to do some like crazy scalability features. Maybe...
I mean, they'd have to be doing some serious upscaling for it to be able to come over there. Because at this point, as far as I know, the Switch 2 is on parity with the Series S or a PS4 Pro from what I'm seeing. But then I'm hearing reports that's more powerful than what we know right now. So, but then again, we don't know anything at this point. We only see what the leaks are.
Because think about that position. If we're right, where it's only on the PlayStation 5 and then they have the PS5 Pro, that'll sell PS5. I know we talked about it the other day, but now you're making me think, if they can't bring it to the X because they can't get GTA 5 to work on the S, it'll be like 2006.
Stick with the plot. Stick with the plot, Rich. Come on, stick with the plot.
Dude, we've had GTA 5 for like 37 years and it's still relevant, so cut me some slack.
Okay,
but
I'll count for the GTA 5 brain rot.
Yeah, so that's insane to think about, dude. Like that, it may be like 2001 all over again with like GTA 3.
Yeah.
John Henry Walker, do you guys realize it's been years since we've had a James Bond video game? You have to go back to 2012, 2010 for that. You know what's funny? I was playing because again I got the Switch OLED because I've been out of the Switch for 2 years. I was playing GoldenEye. It's not a really good game.
No. Yeah, so I actually have the Xbox version of it when I was actually using Xbox, and I have a Nintendo 64, so I played on. It's how do I say this? It's nostalgia reasons only why you should play that game.
It's so funny when you go. I remember putting that in my N64, and that shit was so amazing. It was incredible. Like you were just, everything was, because that's when like 3D was still new and fresh, and so seeing this full 3D game, I didn't see what happened with Deep Skin in NVIDIA. I have no idea what's going on with that. DJ Velasquez, but excuse me,
Rich, careful, careful. I'm not going to get fined because I'm just a guest tonight. But I don't see any $20 donos in here tonight to asking actual questions. Why are we responding to these $1.99s?
Yeah,
Like I'm not heartless. I'm not heartless. I'm just trying to keep you from getting fined tonight.
Yeah, we should try to get some new members in here too. Again, if you become a Cash Cow member, it gives you access to the Discord, and you get access to everyone in the chat, also to everyone and all the different personalities that run the shows, like me, Jay, Ones is in there as well. Wings, Boogie, Keemstar are all in there. So if you become a Cash Cow, and it gives you a chance to actually be in the members waiting, and you can actually call into the various shows too if you become a member. So back to back to GoldenEye not being good, as like we remember. Man, you play that, I'm like, what the hell did we see back then besides visuals, which did not hold up? It's actually quite amazing. It's not a very good first-person shooter. There's some people here are probably thinking blasphemy, but is it really? Is it really if you go back and play it?
I mean, for its time, it was. I mean, I remember as a kid owning the game, and if you owned GoldenEye 007, everybody wanted to come to your house and play.
Yep. Ah, look who's here.
Snuggle time over with, Jay?
I have been listening to this trash talk on GoldenEye. You guys have lost your fucking minds.
But
What
have
are you
we
talking
though, Jay?
about? No, we haven't. No, we haven't, dude.
GoldenEye's a bad game.
Yes, for first person. Go back. You know what's funny too? I got something to say. You know what game I used to hate back in the day? Doom 64. Go tell me which one of those two games held up better with age. Go tell me.
They want to see. They want to see the cat I'm taking care of.
Let me do your guys' job for you tonight. We got a $20 dono from Troll McTrollington. Behold, my member in donos. Don't forget the fail that was Tomorrow Never Dies game. Yeah, that was a fail. That was absolutely a fail.
Yeah, that was garbage. I can agree with that too. That cat's large. Alex Gibson, thank you for welcome to Band World. Thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, dude, it just did not hold. Why do you think it's still a classic game, Jay? Since you're here now,
I mean, it's one of the most influential first-person shooters ever made. There's the reason we get lots of the first-person shooters later in life is because of GoldenEye, because kids played it. Now, I agree with you. It may not be the best mechanical first-person shooter, but you got to put the future aside for a second and just look at the mechanics of it back in the day.
yeah, back in the day, I agree with you. But here's the thing: as much as we're disagreeing, we're agreeing too. I get that. Like,
Sorry,
yeah,
guys. Techman771, the Xbox Series S looking back was a mistake. If Xbox keeps parity with the X, it will lose out on games later in the generation. Xbox needs to make a tough choice and make games exclusive to Series X to get them. Agreed.
I mean, yeah, even with what I said, if developers are saying that it's holding them back, I ain't a developer. You know, I'm just going by what I see with other hardware. And what I'm seeing with other hardware, like if they have games running on lesser hardware than the S, I still question if it's the S holding them back. But if developers are saying it, they know more than me. They know how to code. I don't, so I'm going to shut up. Shinobi Ben, thank you for becoming a member. Esker says, I recently got the Series S, and it made sense because all my Xbox games are digital. Every Xbox S games I've played on it runs like a dream. Well, that means developers are doing their job then, you know. So we'll see. Is it developers just being lazy? I don't know, man.
All right. Well, I'm surprised that memberships are working. By the way, I can't talk too loud where I am right now, but did memberships just get fixed
Magically,
on Sunday night randomly?
Magically yesterday, randomly out of nowhere.
People, why? I'm still following that Keem. I'm still following the Keem conspiracy at this point.
I don't know what the hell else it could be. I don't like how did everything else? But then again, there was other bugs on the channel. Who knows? I have no idea. Who cares? Who knows? It's a Keem-spiracy. I think he's actually sick today, so who knows? I don't know if he'll actually be popping in here.
Who, Keem?
Yeah.
He's got a beard waxing appointment in 40 minutes.
No, he was
believe
talking
that.
about on his show how he was sick too. So yeah, I don't know. If then you go back and play Doom 64, I think Doom 64 is actually the much better game out of the two.
Okay, what's
So-
the best game on the 64 then, in your opinion?
Mario 64. I know that sounds like a cop out, but
That's a tough one for me. I would say it's either Ocarina of Time or Mario 64.
Yeah. Rich doesn't play Legend of Zelda games.
What
that's
the
actually
fuck?
the one I played the most was Ocarina of Time.
Did you beat it?
I never beat it, but I got far in it. I got to where Link becomes an adult.
Sounds like a lie.
No,
Sounds like a
it's not.
lie. You played it the most, but you didn't beat it.
It's a lie.
Ye-
You're
Well, no,
liar.
that's actually the fucking truth. That's actually the truth because what did I just say? I beat it.
Either it's a lie or he just sucked at the game.
The other game, even though I kind of cheated because my friend played most of it, I beat. What the hell was the Super Nintendo? Link to the Past. I beat A Link to the Past. I would beat Ganon over and over again.
Well, okay. Somebody brought it up in the chat there. This is actually a good question. What, the term gamer, what makes you a gamer? Just simply picking up a controller and playing for 5 minutes? Are you just a gamer all of a sudden? Like, Rich, would you call yourself a casual gamer, a hardcore gamer?
I would say casual. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, but then I'll get a game that hooks me, whether it be Call of Duty or I won't say the same game again because it's like I'm treating it like Phil. But then I'll go for months at a time without playing a game because there's just nothing fucking interesting to play. Period. Sometimes I look at the list of games that are being released and they may be amazing to another person, but I'm just like, I'm not into anything that's coming out.
Oh, why though?
Because it just doesn't, there's nothing there that hooks me. That's really all it is. It's just, so my point being is that that isn't about me, but I think people put up this walled garden around gaming, and I think it's really fucking weird. It's
I'm
like
not somebody in the chat says I'm gatekeeping. No, I actually legitimately, that's a question I was asking the audience. No, I think if you play a video game, then you're a gamer. Doesn't matter if it's like for 5 minutes or 40 minutes. Look at this cat, by the way. Cuddling cat.
What I find funny is when people shame people for gaming, but at the same time they'll play like Candy Crush on their phone for 6 hours or watch like 10 different reality shows when they get home from work and not
Rich,
leave the
you
couch.
want to read that? 20
No,
bucks
I
came in?
absolutely no, I don't want to read it ever.
I'll read it then. Hold on, I'll read it. We got a $20 dono for Shinobi Bank. Come on, Rich, you're better than this. And he's a man after my own heart. Majora's Mask for me. I got the mask tattooed on my leg. But what upcoming game this year are you guys most excited for? I'm personally super hyped for KCD 2, MH Wilds, and Doom. I can't pick out of those three. So which one are you guys going to pick? I'm just the guest here. So which two are you guys going to pick?
I'm going to pick just Doom, the Dark Ages.
Doom looks like they took it to a new level. Like they needed to do something with that franchise because the last two games were, very, very well done. But we didn't need a third one of that. So Doom easily is up there. Mario Kart 9. That's another one for me.
That's an absolute buy. That's an instant buy.
Yeah, GTA 6, obviously.
Instant buy.
But like Doom blew me away, actually. I was like, this is exactly what they should have done with the series. Sort of that open world vibe to it. Totally fits what they're doing. Also, they're making it a lot more cinematic, and I can appreciate that. Because Doom has never had like a very strong story. So if you can make me care about more of the characters surrounding the Slayer in that, then I'd probably enjoy it a lot more.
I'm hoping this Doom that's coming out, in all honesty, is going to be like the original Doom, the new Doom, like their 2000s whatever Doom, right? How amazing that looked on like the Vulkan engine and things like that. Like 120 frames per second, you could run it on like a 1070 or a 1080, and it looked gorgeous. And now with them adding ray tracing to it and requiring a ray tracing card, I can only imagine how good it's going to look. And I bet you anything, it's going to be able to run pretty much around the same if you get a decent card.
Because they optimized the hell. That's the one thing that was great about Doom and Doom Eternal is that they optimized the crap out of it, where you were you could run it on a potato and still get smooth. You got to realize that Doom and Doom Eternal both run on the Switch. You know, I mean, they got it to run on there. It's not the prettiest version, but playing it in handheld, it runs and it's very playable. It's an acceptable
we got
way.
another $20 dono, guys. This is coming from Hollow's World. Extreme G2 is my N64 fave. Also, no one asked, but I'm a hardcore and casual gamer. Depends on what game. Day or point in history, I used to be an MMORPG beta tester in several countries before you had to buy your way in.
Every time, GP, you always have another fucking surprise every time I talk to you. Like, I didn't know you were a beta tester in multiple countries. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm actually excited for I'm a hardware guy. So the Switch 2 it piques my curiosity, period. You know, I like to see what new hardware can do. And it's been long overdue to get a new Switch. That was part of the reason I lost interest in the Switch, is it was getting too goddamn anemic. We weren't getting the third-party support like we used to.
But no, they're still releasing a lot of games, but isn't it nice that Switch didn't just like, oh, we're going to release the Switch 2 and then the Switch 3. It's kind of nice that they strung out that lifespan as far as they could, and they understood now, okay, technology, we're way too behind on technology. It's time to release the Switch 2. Kind of like what Steam has said, like Valve has said, they're not going to just release a new Steam Deck only because it's from 2022. They've literally said they're waiting until technology gets to the point where they have to do it.
Yeah, I remember reading up on that, and I think that is a smart move. Instead of coming out with all these, every time AMD releases a new chip, coming out with a new piece of hardware, which they learned the hard way that having too much hardware is a bad thing with the Steam machines. Remember that train wreck?
Oh God, that was a horrible failure. Jay, do you remember that?
Sorry, I was reading chat. I didn't even know what you said.
Listen,
I'm reading the chat to see if anyone mentions anything that we want to talk about.
No, I remember like the Steam machines, they'd have like one for $500 and then they'd have one for like $5,000. And it was like, I thought you wanted to have these appeal to the average consumer, and they're just going to get confused. I think that's why you could almost say to somewhat of a fault that Steam, I mean, granted, yeah, I don't think there's been a huge leap, but there's a chip out there that's moderately more capable than what's in the Steam Deck, but they're being very conservative with dropping new hardware. Very conservative because they've already been through making that mistake.
Well, I mean, look at do you guys remember Sega's history? I don't know if anybody's in here old enough to remember Sega's history.
Yeah.
But there was a big controversy back when they, the Genesis to the 32X, and then they instantly jumped to the Saturn, and then a year later, the Dreamcast is coming out, and that's pretty much what ruined Sega, unfortunately, was their battle between Sega of Japan and Sega of America with the console launches.
Well, imagine, dude, I had the Sega CD, and for those of you who are too young, imagine having to plug something like this into your wall and then multiply it by 3. Like they had wall warts that were this big, and they actually had to come out with their own power cable so you could fit all 3 of them on and then plug it in. It was absolutely ridiculous. And it's just, yeah, hardware is amazing, but to the average consumer, they don't give a crap about it.
Did we get the redirect today?
We did.
I think we did.
We did get the redirect.
This is the lowest view episode that we've done yet.
Well, it's because let's be honest, it's because Dickers is hosting it on his own, and you're not here. Because you decided you'd rather cuddle with a cat tonight than actually do your own show, so I had to fill in for you.
Listen, this cat almost died, so.
Oh shit. That's crazy.
Well, now I feel like a horrible human being.
Thanks for saying that. That's why I'm a little sorry. I apologize for being a little low energy. Number one, I can't really talk loud where I am, but the cat almost died as well, so that fucked us up. But yeah.
It also could be on that we're on it in the middle of the night.
Well, good news.
Who would have thought?
Good news, we'll be live at 10 p.m. on Friday with David Jaffe.
Yeah, temporarily. Temporarily.
Well, we'll see. Careful, buddy. Careful.
You never know.
You know, there's just not many people that are tuning in at 1 a.m. for Tech Talk. I mean, let's just keep it real. This is, I think that, I mean, not going into other stuff, I know realistically that 10 to 12 is probably the best spot for this. You know what I mean?
I'm starting to think we should go before the main show.
No.
I mean, would it hurt anything? Would that hurt anything?
No, I feel like we should try that slot once.
Like 4 to 6, you mean?
Oh, yeah, when I go live,
I'd be down with that. I'd be 100% down with that. I think that would. I agree.
Yeah, we'll find our spot. There you go, Ones. You want to read that?
Listen, I'm gonna find
I got
your
it.
spot.
We got another 20 dono coming in from Hollow's World. Weasel, the chat keeps asking me and you to remove your cap. I just want to know why you always have a cap now that it's brought up. Also, sorry about that, Rich. I was also a streamer, but I buried a lot of these things. So yeah, Jay, since you wasn't here no more, you should at least give. Since you wasn't here today, you should at least give the viewers the no cap treatment.
Ones, have you seen me without my hat?
I have. That's why I'm saying you should give them the no cap treatment.
Rich has seen me without my hat?
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. Why the fuck are you making it into a big deal? Take off the hat.
No, now I'll never do it.
Oh God, dude, come on.
Now I'll never.
I bet for
I'm
the right
a
price,
fat ass that gets shirtless
Listen,
on like 90% of my streams. Get real. You can't take off your hat, and I'm bald, and I have a beard that looks like I put it on with a big marker right now.
No, now I'll never.
Speaking of, I'm so happy nobody's paid enough for you to take off your shirt tonight. That is something I did not want to see tonight.
Well, I'm
happy about that.
Per request of management, I had to up the price so it's not off every. Because
there you go. There's lots of people watching right now that have seen me without my hat on my own show. So
what's the new price, Rich? What's the new price for you to take off your shirt? Because I thought it was 100.
$250.
Oh, it's $250.
Which will never happen. And I'm not saying that as reverse psychology. That's the point. You know what I mean? Like, that's the point, is that one will do it.
Thank you, upper management, for making that decision from all the viewers and me. Thank you.
I just want to know what the deal is with the hat. Yeah, David,
you put hats on your head. That's what do you not understand? I don't follow.
I mean, we can do some hats. I mean, I have a hat.
I have a hat too.
Yeah, you know what? Everyone put hats on right now. There you go. Now listen, anyone wants these hats off, $50 a pop.
Actually, my beard looks better with the hat on. As weird as that is.
Yeah, actually, no. I'll give you a compliment for once. You look good with the hat.
I look good with the hat.
Beard.
No, my beard looks like shit, but it looks less like shit with the hat.
Yeah, it still looks like you sent a Sharpie through your beard. Not gonna lie, you need to go through that.
Well, that was the point. I got paid to, and I went to Target.
Look, you should wear the fucking hat all the time on the show. You look, it changes everything.
Yeah, fuck him. You know why he wants me to wear the hat all the time? Because now it's an excuse for him not to take off the hat. You think I'm stupid?
I love that I'm a 43-year-old man with 872 people watching, and we're talking about taking a hat off of someone's head.
Listen, did you hear what happened with the thumbnail? Where
Yeah, I heard.
Well, no, beyond that, I'm not going to repeat the story. On another stream, if I do take the shirt off, I may get Keemstar pasties where on both of my nips there's going to be.
Please,
listen,
no.
I'm doing it. Now I'm going to fucking do it. You know it's going to happen. God, I sound like
You're going to have Keem in here in a heartbeat if you keep threatening Keemstar pasties.
Why the hell not? Listen, this is a great technology show. We're talking about Keemstar's face on my nipples.
Oh, brother. So let's actually talk about something. When are we going to start choosing the parts for the PC that we're going to give away?
That's interesting. Yeah, we got to figure that out. We have to find out what budget we have for that.
Okay, well, let's just discuss it live. So here we go. I think we should choose.
I thought we're not allowed to discuss numbers live.
Well, no, we're talking about the parts, not about the money of it. But we should choose like low end parts for the first PC. We already agreed on that. And we should pick 2 different cases, 2 different GPUs, 2 different CPUs, 2 different sets of RAM. And we should let the audience choose the combinations as we go through every show.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jay, but we got another $50 dono in here from Hollow's World. Now I'm mad. Take off the ever-loving damn hat. This is ridiculous. Don't be a bunch of jerks. I pay you, remove it. Come on, Weedles. Weasel, ladies first. She's calling you out, Jay. She's calling you out, Jay.
$50 to take my hat off?
She paid $50. She wants to see you without the hat.
Okay, here. There.
Oh, come on.
There you go, guys. Look, it's off. Look. You guys think it's fake?
It's
real.
It's technically off.
There you go.
You didn't show the front, though. You didn't show the front.
You said take the hat off. Though that was it.
I guess I'm gonna have to send. I guess I'm gonna have to send Jay some stuff to take care of his insecurities.
There, it's off.
I heard you're supposed to go into like a bowl of chili too. You're supposed to like fill your bathtub with chili.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Listen, Shelley Duvall, you need to type better detailed instructions next time.
Don't change the subject here.
She said take your hat off. I took it off.
No, what Rich said.
What about the chili?
Yeah, the chili. Listen, and I want Scotch bonnet peppers in there. I want all of your holes tingling.
No,
I told him about our bet.
I have to pour, what is it, 6 cans of chili on my head.
Yeah. I'll do it with you. Not with you and not flying up there to
wait. Now it's getting interesting.
Wait.
You want to do it together?
Not do it together where we're like in a bathtub full of chili together. You're out of your goddamn mind. I'm saying like I'll do, man. I'll get the spiciest chili. I'll pour it on myself. Obviously not my face. I don't want to go to the hospital. Hollow is back for you again, Jay.
So, oh God, another 50 from Hollow's World. Now I'm mad. Take off the ever-loving damn hat. This is ridiculous. Don't be a bunch of jerks.
No, under the 20. The 20.
Come on, Weasel.
The Weasel scammed me and no one cares. I'm calling Keem for scamming the audience. You need a punishment. I'll make sure it is detailed.
Oh.
Jay got fired and his PC hacked.
Here, right?
But Rich is
going to get fired because of his hat.
There you go. Look. It's real hair. You happy? No balding.
Dude, you can't see anything. You're fucking full of shit. All you saw, if there was balding, you still wouldn't see it.
Look. It's not balding.
Press 1 in the chat if Jay is ripping off the donos tonight with not taking off his hat.
This is luscious hair.
Listen, he's pulling a fucking Becky Boop right now.
Definitely pulling a Becky Boop right now.
Let me just explain to you two what's happened tonight. You two are completely drove the show into the ground and let the audience take it over.
Oh no, I didn't. I'm only reading the $20 plus donos.
Which
Rich
is
reading whatever the fuck
we're
he
supposed
wants
to be doing.
Yeah, but Rich is just reading whatever out. Like I'm just doing as I'm told.
I did exactly what you guys asked.
Yeah.
Bookie sweat after working out. Booster juice. No. What are you talking about? Like from like his flaps after fat camp when he's sweating? Could you imagine even sniffing that? Listen, man.
I took my hat off. I showed. What more do you guys want?
Jay is scamming the audience and nobody cares. That's exactly what's going on right now.
Yeah, Ashers, I heard you were going off on Mafia Milkers today.
Rich, are you going to Fat Camp?
I think so. That's in March, correct?
Yeah, it's in March.
I'm gonna go from maybe to think. I think so. Yeah, you were lit up, man. You were
maybe to think. maybe to think, why not just do it?
Probably.
Because Keem is going to, I think as far as I know, Keem's going to host it in the same state. He's going to be in New York.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, as far as I know, as far as I heard. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if he just sets it up at like his area.
No, you're going to Fat Camp.
Why, you're
What do you mean,
going?
maybe. Yeah, we're going. We're streaming from Fat Camp while you're in it.
Okay.
Are you going to have the whip out, Jay, at Fat Camp?
I might. At this
I'd
point
pay
in
good
time.
money to see that.
Daniel, I appreciate you. Don't worry about it. We fuck around and joke around, but we appreciate people that support the show. I don't know if Maximus is here. I'm going to get another weed seltzer, dude. Mr. Rich is not fat.
Boy.
You need new fucking glasses if you're saying I'm not fat.
So what else do you have on the docket that I had nothing to do with?
What else you have on the docket that you have nothing to do with? Actually, I got plenty. Intel actually wants to make laptops modular again, meaning that if you want to upgrade or replace something, they want to make it more repairable, and they want to make them actually something that can be fixed and upgraded instead of you having a gigantic piece of e-waste, which I find interesting because one of the biggest things I saw technicians who went out to, I was about to say CDC, they went out to see new products this year, and it's getting worse and worse and worse, where things are just basically, you're going to buy a laptop, and once you're done with it, it's just complete junk and you can't upgrade anything in it. Apple loves that, by the way. That's Apple's whole motto, is not letting anyone upgrade shit.
Speaking of which, I never said I'd take my hat off for $50. You guys made that up.
You're just the fucking one who wanted me to go into a tech story. I go into an interesting one that I had ready, and now you're going back to talking about your fucking hat.
I said it was $250 for my hat to come off on yesterday's stream.
Did he not just say you could press 1? This isn't theater. Did he not just say, hey, what do you have ready to go? I talk about something I have ready to go, which is actually interesting because people bitch all the time that products aren't upgradable. And then he goes back and it's fucking talking about his hair again.
Jay's just trying to derail the stream tonight. It was you the other night. Now it's Jay's turn.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested. That actually shocks me that Intel is the one that actually wants to do that, because Intel is like fairly anti-consumer. Maybe because they're getting bodied so bad right now.
Yeah, by AMD, definitely. That was actually a question I was going to pose to you guys. Do you think they're only doing this because AMD?
Razorface in the chat. That's funny. I do look like I'm in the back rooms.
AMD or Intel has made so many. Do you realize that Apple first went to Intel for doing the processor in the very first iPhone?
Yeah.
And
well,
dude,
do you remember when Apple switched to Intel PC chips inside and they didn't tell anybody? And he went on stage and was like, "Oh, by the way, we've been running everything on Intel for like months and months and months. You guys just didn't notice."
Yeah, they've made so many mistakes, and then they dropped the ball with Mac too, if you think about it. So Mac went over to their own silicon. Like, obviously Intel processors in a whole bunch of laptops and shit like that, and that's probably why they're like, hey, let's be pro-consumer because we're getting destroyed right now, and maybe if people buy our laptops with Intel chips in them because they can upgrade them later down the line, maybe they'll buy our stuff, because Intel is not known for being pro-consumer.
No, not at all. I mean, you look at the M4 chip from Apple, and you look at the new mobile AMD card or CPUs that are coming out for laptops. They're just shitting all over Intel right now. So that's why it makes sense that they would go to modular, which in all honesty is a good thing. The reason why it's a good thing is because Apple and AMD are forcing them to move on and innovate. And I think this is a good thing for them to innovate on. Intel used to be the leader in innovation, so it's nice to see them doing this shit again.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of concerned about it. This is why I think they're going hard with graphics cards too, because they want to find another outlet to make them money. And that's why I think they're being competitive and actually making something that's actually decent. I want to try one. Hey, there we go. There's a part, Jay. We'll use an Intel graphics card for the budget build.
Oh,
I mean, wouldn't be a
Yeah.
bad thing.
No, yeah.
Maybe
why
that's brilliant, actually.
Yeah. We'll go there and we will do like a mid-range AMD CPU in there. I think
Well,
16.
how much you want to spend on the PC for the fans? Because we're giving it away after.
What do I
You
think?
you and you and I'll split it.
Oh, why are we splitting anything? No, I ain't splitting
What-
shit.
Ricky, I see you.
Wait,
Let's-
you want to pay for the whole PC then?
No, the company could pay for the PC. What do you mean? If this is the project they want to do for the show, the company could pay for it. You know what I mean?
I got people in the chat saying that they're wanting an Intel Arc B580.
Oh
as
yeah,
the
that's
GPU.
that's exactly what I would do. Yeah, that's a
I mean,
smart
supposedly
choice.
supposedly the B580 supposedly runs just as good as a 4060 Ti, but at a cheaper price. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, chat.
Yeah, and they're giving.
That was my understanding of it.
RC cars. True story in the chat says, do any of you know anything about electronic speed controls for RC cars? Dude, I grew up playing with like ridiculous RC cars. I don't know the technical aspects, but you just reminded me of my childhood. I used to have this hovercraft, and it was like brand new technology at the time. Yeah,
Bro,
it was absolutely insane playing with those things. Did you ever get into that stuff when you were a kid?
who, me?
Yeah, like when you were a kid, in terms of electronics, let's actually talk about our past for a second. What was your first introduction to
Talk about our
something?
fucking past.
What?
Well, you remember when they used to have the hovercrafts that used to have to fly in or used to use in the water? Those things sucked. They were actually
You're talking about the little ones.
Yeah,
they used to blow up. And they used to put them in the those things suck, dude, and they always failed. I had those. I used to do like my dad's friend George, the same one who used to hook me up with games on PC back in the day. He used to have the fucking rockets that they used to go like 8 billion miles. Those are badass, man.
Dude, those were incredible back then. But no, so did you ever get into the Tiger handheld electronic systems?
Oh, I had 1 billion of them, and they were all terrible.
Oh God, no, Jay. I had a Gamescom. I had a Tiger Gamescom.
Okay.
I had Simon's Quest and
It was
Double
the
Dragon
worst.
and Tiger games. They were awful. Dude, there's probably like one person besides us here who knows about them.
Well, no. You have no clue, Rich.
I think a lot of people probably know what those are. Do you guys know what Tiger Electronics are in the chat?
They weren't even games. Those were literally plastic scams. They weren't games.
No,
Yeah,
totally.
as a kid, you loved them.
Yeah, as kids, I adored those things because, you couldn't take anything on the go at that time. And then when the Game Boy came out, that changed everything.
Dude,
well, that's what the Gamescom was doing, was competing with the Game Boy, and it was horrible.
Yo, you want to hear a funny story about the Game Boy? Like my friend Carl, he used to get, this was in a video that I had on this channel I used to have. Anyway, same joke. He got a Game Boy, and he used to get all the consoles right away. His parents are still loaded to this day. They didn't even wait until like, if the Super Nintendo came out, it came out in October, you'll get it at Christmas. Shut the fuck up, Santa Claus is getting. They were like, nah, we have so much money, you're getting it the day it releases. And he got the Game Boy the day it released. I remember trying that thing, and it just blew my mind that even it was always black and white with that ugly ass screen, that you were playing NES caliber games in your hands. And I remember the day I slept over his house and I played I didn't even sleep that night. I just played his Game Boy the whole fucking night. He was like, what the hell's wrong with you? Why are you so obsessed with this thing? And I remember the day I left the next day, I remember I was pissed off because I wanted the Game Boy. And I was like pouting. I was like 7 or 8 years old, pouting on the stoop of his house. And my mom's like,
somebody just said Tamagotchi in the chat. I have one right here. This is actually, this Tamagotchi is actually named Dickers.
all right, listen.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Jay. Holy shit!
Listen,
didn't a certain someone murder the Tamagotchi?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But,
you know what? That's great. Why don't you put that up your ass and let me finish
In
my story?
Minecraft, in Minecraft,
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah, but this is we got a Tamagotchi and named it Dickers, and it actually passed away from eating too much. So
This is accurate.
Jesus Christ. Interrupted it. It's a good fucking story. Anyway, I was pouting on the step. My mom's like, all right, come on, get in the car. And my mom was like, calm. She closes the door. She's like, you ever fucking act like that again, I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of you. That's my first that was my first foray into the Game Boy, but that's how bad I wanted that thing, man.
well, how long did it take you to get one then?
It actually took she didn't get it for me right away. She got it for me, I believe, that Christmas. And the funniest thing is I had such bad luck with it. Remember the screens were always fucked up and they'd have like a line that was like it wouldn't display. So I ended up having to try to get like 3 of them, and I finally got one that worked.
Well, dude, my first introduction to the Game Boy was that horrible. I wish I was not controlling the show. I could show it, but that horrible Game Boy gray case made out of hard plastic.
Oh,
you remember
man.
that, Rich?
Yeah.
And it did nothing to protect the actual Game Boy, other than like a few pieces of like whatever was like felt inside. And brought that thing home, and my mom essentially stole it from me once she saw what Tetris was.
Oh my, yeah, all the moms
All the moms.
Yep.
love
That's
Tetris.
true. That's
That
true.
is what
All of them.
sold that system. The moms, the soccer moms love Tetris. That's really it. The soccer moms love fucking Tetris. And I had
Sorry, dude. Yeah, go ahead.
listen, interrupt me. Put Dicker's a Tamagotchi up your ass.
I think he's taking a nap right now.
Dirt nap.
Yeah.
Listen, anyway, remember the ridiculous accessories they had for the Game Boy too? I had the one where it lit up the screen because the screen wasn't backlit on the Game Boy, and it had a light, and it also magnified it to make it look bigger. I had
Yeah. Dude, I know the exact one you're talking about. It was terrible. Dude, I remember walking around in grade school with my Game Boy Portable. And by the time I got from my front door to school, I'd have to change the batteries. You remember how bad that was for us?
Do you guys remember the magnification accessory that would come down? You could like spread open the speakers to get a little bit louder volume on it, and it would light. It had a little backlight. It was, man, you had to struggle to play games portably back in the early 90s.
Well, dude, okay, Rich, favorite Game Boy games?
Oh my God, Super
I gotta
Mario
go-
Land,
Yeah.
Double Dragon. Double Dragon was amazing. I never played. You know what's crazy is that for as long as I played the Game Boy as a kid, for the years I played it, I never got the sequels to Mario Land, and they were really good. I didn't try them until like adulthood, and because Mario Land arguably was the worst one, because they were learning the hardware, they were getting around the limitations of it, and it's a decent platformer, but it's not great. And then they finally really stepped it up with the sequels to the game, and I never played them. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's weird that you missed out on those, man. Because that was a huge draw when you were a kid, because you had the NES, and then they're like Mario on the go. So, of course, you're going to go out and get that immediately. I was a Tetris guy, Mario, for sure. Probably, obviously, The Legend of Zelda on there was, DX version. Remember when they started to release DX versions?
Yes, where they had color if you played them on the Game Boy Color.
That's when Nintendo started to like get into the idea that they would re-release their games, because back in the day before that, they didn't really do that. That was the first time that they were like, wait, we're going to upgrade the last version. They never did that. No, that's not true. Super Mario All-Stars upgraded Mario as well. So there was updated graphics on that. That game was a banger on Super Nintendo.
I'm kind of judging both of you right now.
Why are you judging both of us?
I can't believe none of you have mentioned Pokemon.
Dude, I was
too old.
We were too old.
No,
man.
you weren't too old. You guys are the same age as me. Same age as me.
No, what happened is we got Game Boy. Pokemon came out, And I remember I must have been, I don't know, 8, 7. And I
No,
know,
you're my age. You had to be older than that. But
Yeah, you're
Pokemon didn't
probably
come out
around
until we were a
12
high
or
school,
13.
dude.
Yeah, 12 or 13, 14.
Well,
So
that's
you're
the
a couple years
you
older than me.
you gotta
Game Boy
realize
Color.
something. When we
What? Okay, somebody in the chat, let us know what's the first Game Boy game. Sorry, the first Pokemon game released. What system was it on? It was on Game Boy Color.
it
No, it
was
was
in
on
the
Game
mid
Boy, wasn't it?
'90s. It was like '96, or wasn't it?
It was on the original Game Boy 1994. It
Dude,
was red and blue.
You gotta
It was
So
understand
94.
gaming.
So I was 13 then. Sorry.
That's
I
right.
was
You were
too old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were in high school, and especially back then. I mean, there's still the stigma now, but back then, like, you weren't talking about games in high school unless you wanted to get the shit beaten out of you.
Yeah,
Like-
pretty much. Yeah,
Like
pretty
games
much.
were. I mean, it was starting to get a little bit accepted, but games were. You were a fucking dork if you played games, so no one talked about it. And God, if you got caught playing, I just never had it. Pokemon's not my kind of game, even if things were different. But
Well,
Kane,
right
Kane,
here.
I apologize. 1994 is for Japan and 96 in the US. I actually got my original Game Boy was from Japan. It was actually Pokemon Blue, so that's why I remember it as 1994 as a 10-year-old.
Well, I mean, my backstory with those games is that I never liked RPGs, especially Japanese RPGs growing up. I had. Well, go ahead. You want to read that?
Yep, we got a $20 dono from Hollow's World. Pokemon. I'm obsessed with Pokemon. It's my life. My first was Yellow. Also, Jay, my first love. Call in. You're trying to show me something I couldn't see, so I don't know. It looked like Scarlet and Violet, maybe?
What? What? Do you,
Yeah, it's Pokemon. I'm obsessed with
also,
Pokemon.
wait,
It's my
wait. I don't
life.
understand
Yeah,
what you're
read
saying.
that.
Also,
I'm obsessed.
Jane, my
Chain
first
gifting
love,
5 memberships, and it's working. Thank you.
call in. You're tried to show me something. What? The hell does that even mean? Holy shit! Thank you, Woodley.
Wooly.
That's what's up, Kane.
Let me see if I could read it instead of this dyslexia crowd. Pokemon.
Okay, wait,
I'm
wait.
obsessed with Pokemon. It's my life. My first was Yellow. Shut up. My first was Yellow. Also, Jay, my first love, Colin, you're trying to show me. All right, yeah, she makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, there
Sorry,
you go.
Gene.
Exactly. See,
Yeah, sorry.
it's not just us. It's not just us.
Retro gifting a membership as well.
So yeah, go. Let me just finish that story. I couldn't get into Pokemon because I didn't understand it as a kid. And I know that people are gonna be like, "What? How do you not understand it?" I understood the mechanics, but I didn't understand why that would be fun. It never clicked with me. I didn't understand that there was a strategy to it. So as I got older, and thank you to Happy Console Gamer, I got into JRPGs. So I actually brought this with me to finally play Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake, which the title's a bit weird, but yeah, I'm a huge Dragon Quest fan now. Massive. I love all of them. So I'm excited to finally get to play that. But yeah, I couldn't get into the Pokemon games. And now playing them now on the Switch, I'm like, this is all it is? You just walk around, collect Pokemon? It seems a little bare bones.
Let me ask the audience this question. Like, if you take out a console like the Switch or a gaming laptop or whatever, do you take it out in public? And if you do you get weird looks still?
Mm.
I want to see what they say. Have you? I haven't done it too, so I haven't really seen it.
Well, dude, when the Switch came out, I took that thing to the park. People came up to me and were like, "Whoa, is that the Switch?" They were excited.
You don't
I
get
never,
weird looks.
I didn't really get weird looks, to be honest.
I feel
It's like mainstream now, dude. It's Nintendo really made gaming mainstream. There's 140 million Switches out there. You know,
I still see it a little bit where I know people that when they find out I play a video game or I play a video game, I play video games. It's like, what are you doing? But then there are the same people that'll sit there and do something else that's even more fucking wasteful for longer than I play games. In spades. But because it's something socially acceptable, it's not looked at the same. Like, they'll sit there and watch an entire marathon of Big Brother every day. Fucking kill me. And that's okay. But if I spent even half that time playing Elden Ring. Oh my God, I mentioned Elden Ring. It's like, what are you doing with your time? I'm like, what do you mean what I'm doing? But what are you doing with your fucking time?
Elden Ring.
Yes, that's what I'm doing with my time. Fuck you, Once.
You know what? Read her super chat now.
I meant my first call in. You tried to show me something on live, but I can't see the show when I called in. What were you trying to show me? It looked like nearly wrapped games. That's what she said. That was my voice acting right there.
Yeah, I don't really remember what I was trying to show you. It was probably a bunch of video games that I bought that I haven't opened yet.
Yeah,
But,
no, I actually bought Jay a video game. He still has not opened it up.
No.
What game was that?
I bought him Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I was like, here you go, dude. Just play it.
For what system?
PS5.
Why am I asking all these stupid questions?
Just came out on PC.
Like, yeah, dude, what are you, the fucking FBI for a second there?
I don't know. I'm just curious.
I
mean, what system was it released on?
Yeah. Dude, that was actually really funny, man.
That was funny shit.
He's like, I bought him a game. He's like, yeah, excuse me, can you tell me what game that was, sir? It's like, what the fuck?
Oh,
yeah,
my God.
When did you purchase it? Can I get a receipt? Can you show it on stream?
Could you give me the last 4 digits of your credit card and the security code, please? Social security number?
So here's
this is why I do not accept computers from Rich. I do not have keyloggers on my computer, thankfully, because I did not take.
I'm going to put keyloggers on my own computer after I build it on here. I'm just going to be like, you know what? I feel more comfortable with them on there. Let's go. There's going to be keyloggers.
I do have a question for all the gamers in chat, which I'm assuming is like 90% of them. Have you ever went through a drought where you kind of looked at gaming as a waste of time and you felt like you were trying to maybe move on from them or do something better with your time? Did you think that way ever? I'm curious if anyone ever really fell into that, because over the years, I did a few times.
What is my ethnicity? Italian on paper. I'm supposedly full Italian from Calabria.
Dude, you're from there too?
Yeah, Calabria.
So am I.
Both sides, supposedly, too. My mom took a diet.
Lots of, sorry to cut you off there. Lots of people are saying, yeah, sometimes they do. I'm curious on what happens. Like, why do we enjoy gaming so much, but then all of a sudden we put it down and we walk away from it? You know, that happened to me kind of because of this generation. It was so depressing. You know, I used to be reviewing every game that came out. I've reviewed probably 1,000 games, no, maybe less, 500 games. And all of a sudden one day I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I actually getting out of this? And it was one of those moments.
You're getting too deep. I could tell you why. Gaming is a hobby where, you know, if you're a fan of a television show and you have kids, for example, you could have the show on, do something with your kids and still have it on, hear it, still get the general gist of what's going on. If you're playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you're focused on that game and it requires, I would argue, more energy. So it's something that, like, if you have something else going on, because it's a more intense hobby, you have to put it down. You know? That's what I think really it is. That's what I mean by you were going too deep. And yeah, you could go into there are times there's droughts in games and I'm not interested. Like, yeah, these games suck. I don't want any of them. You know, that's part of it too.
Shifty in the chat says I game through my trauma, which I think probably a lot of us do.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. If you really think about it, when do you game the most? It's when you're down, and at least for me, when I'm down in the dumps and I need an outlet, I go into Black Ops. I just straight up go into Black Ops and just take my frustrations out in there.
You know,
so I get that.
Still haven't beat the game yet. I'm actually getting further into it.
Still haven't beat Ocarina of Time.
Rich.
What?
Somebody in the chat says, why are you being mean to my son? Read the name. Who wrote it?
Why are you being mean to my son?
It's above that last super chat. Do you see that name?
I put a key.
Dude, somebody's trying to troll us pretending to be Nate's mother. Remember Nate?
Oh God.
I got to tell you something later. I can't say it on stream. Anyway, You know what
Oh
happened
my
to me in 2023. I'm not going through details, and at nights I couldn't sleep.
Dude, whoever, look, this is her. Whoever's doing that, huge shout out to you because that's a deep cut troll right there. I love that
Yes.
person.
Well
That
done.
is-
Cuts deep.
Still gonna tell ones you know what I'm talking about too. I got to tell you something later.
Yep.
It's weird because sometimes if I'm really stressed out, I can't. The last thing I could do is pick up a controller. And there's other times, Kyle, thank you for the birds, love you. And then there's other times I'm really stressed out, and like I would go up and down the gates of Boltaria and Demon Souls and just practice parrying. That's ever when I play a Souls game, I'm like, man, you're really good at parrying. I'm like, yeah, because I would do it incessantly for hours and upon hours on end when I had insomnia.
Well, is there a game you go back to? Like, I mean, I'm going to say for Rich, it's Elden Ring,
There's other ones too.
Castlevania.
Castlevania. I would say like ones too. I'll go into Call of Duty. It's weird because then I'll go into like a fit of Call of Duty where I play like for like an hour and a half every day, and then I won't touch it for an obscene amount of time. Like I can't remember the last time I played Call of Duty. You know, I
Yeah.
have Black Ops 6, but then it's just like I stepped the hell away from it.
A lot of people seem to go back to Skyrim. Tons of people.
So for me, it's actually old school Final Fantasy VII.
I
Yeah.
rather have Boogie rim my ass than play Skyrim.
Well, dude, I got somebody sent me a care package to my PO box. I opened it up today. I'm telling everybody. There was a copy of Chrono Cross in there, Final Fantasy VII, two major RPGs I've never gotten to play, and you know I've got the PS1 with the screen on top of it.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to Booch, dude. Resident Evil 2. I mean, I get to sit there and play on that little LCD screen on top of the PlayStation 1. You know, what are
PS.
the
I know
consoles
I know what PS1
PSX.
was called.
Yeah, PSX.
PSX, and it's so nostalgic. Like it makes me feel like I'm back in grade 8 again, and it's such a weird vibe because gaming has changed so much since those days.
Oh my
And
god.
it's such a weird feeling. Does anyone else get those feelings when they put those old games back in the systems and stuff? Well, Rich, actually, I'll ask you about this. I've seen this sort of reinsurgence of, I don't know what's going on, but there's all these PlayStation 1 systems coming out right now.
FPGA, I was just going to bring that up. Good call.
Well, sorry, that's exactly what I was going to say. And there's all these companies with FPGA like chipsets in them, which, you know, we're not going to go into the detail right now because I don't have notes in front of me. But have you seen the resurgence of all of these, like, you know, throwback consoles in the last like week? I've seen 4 different companies announce PlayStation 1 systems, and they all look so slick, futuristic, HDMI. You know, some of them are online. Some of them have ridiculous features. The hard drive's built in, so copies of the discs, and it's you know, I thought Analog would be the biggest company, and it looks like there's other companies that are going to be stepping up this year, and there'll be a lot more choices.
I could tell you why that's happening too. It kind of goes into the it's not that deep thing again. It's not me just being a sarcastic prick. Is that the old hardware is dying and people don't want to deal with like when you have an FPGA. I'm not going into the full details. I would put everyone to sleep, and I don't fully understand it. You would need like Mutahar from some ordinary gamers who actually knows how to code to explain it better. But when you have a field programmable grid array, I think when you have an FPGA, it's not emulating, it's simulating. It's actually becoming the hardware, and it treats the games like the original hardware. But you have advanced features like HDMI out. You could add all these other things like scan lines. It'll be in full HD or even higher.
Dude, that guy's been asking, Money D in the chat's been asking you that for 4 hours. You want to answer that one?
Can we ask RT if he knows what an OMG cable is? I have no fucking clue. There you go. There's my answer. I have no idea. So it allows you to take the older games not using emulation, which has come a hell of a long way, but it's still not perfect. And you get the true hardware experience, but you still get the niceties of how it would look on a new television, you know?
Well, dude, you know what we should do this week? We should do an emulation special, and Ones and I could walk. We not necessarily step by step, but we could show the software that's been released, Retrobat.
Oh man, Retrobat is amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
and
if you guys do not know about Retrobat, you are missing out on emulation scene.
We should
do an episode on that.
Maybe I'll do it on a Sunday too. Hold on one second. We should get Bloodborne running. It's basically remastered.
Dude, there you go. There's a challenge. But listen to this. That episode, that's an episode. That's a whole episode because it's a little tricky from my understanding. But listen to this. You can take a PS2 game now. Ones and I did it.
Keep doing the thumbs up and it's coming on the screen. Oh, Jesus. Like,
here, watch this.
It's raining on the cat.
Yeah, I always
wait. Is that why that's happening?
It's because I'm on a,
oh, you're on the Mac. Got it.
I'm on an M1 iPad. So listen, you can take a PS2 game now, upscale to 4K, and then people are running the texture packs through AI, and they're upscaling them to 4K. So you're basically
holy crap! One's camera.
Yeah, I hope he knows it's going like that. But
we're gonna watch some people to watch him pee.
Yeah, dude, turn it off in case.
Oh, okay.
Click on me or something. Put me full screen or something. But what's amazing is you could take PS2 games and essentially have remasters of them playing on your PC within 4 minutes now. So Ones and I did it with Resident Evil. Holy dude, like the only issue with that is like you have to also upscale the backgrounds in Resident Evil, or the characters just look like 4K characters on top of like fucking
a JPEG from
PlayStation games. Yeah, a JPEG from 1992. But dude, it's been wild. Like people are taking these texture packs and they're upscaling them to 4K, but they're also like taking care of the UI, and they're taking care of like back end issues with lighting that normally wouldn't work. And it's amazing to see that now, because you can take an old game that you loved and upscale it through emulation. Just as Ones, we were looking at things like we couldn't believe it.
Yeah, like Ones, your camera was tracking you real quick. We almost watched you pee.
Oh no, yeah, it was basically I had to run. I was either had to run for a second, or I was gonna pee my pants. So
no, dude, as a person who drinks 75 weed seltzers per stream, I get it.
Yeah,
you know, it brings up another thing to kind of call out the companies about. I had Bleem, and Bleem. I remember playing PlayStation games on a Pentium 2, and they ran well with Bleem. Don't even get me started on Bleem. I'll be here till 4 a.m. But it's amazing that people are doing this for free in most cases and getting these games to run better and look better and perform better on these older consoles with emulation for free. But the companies with billions of dollars, or Microsoft $1 trillion+ in their pocket, don't do it. Well, Microsoft was great with the backwards compatibility for a while. Then they did the last ones, and they included Fear, which I was happy about, which is another great game I love, by the way. And then they stopped. I just find it amazing that there's people who are doing this, not being paid a penny, who are doing a hell of a job. And
well, dude, do you remember the upscaled version of Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox One X?
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was running on native hardware. They didn't emulate it. That's shown all of us that they could get away with doing that, but they didn't do it with anything else. Remember, like I've seen those consoles on eBay now because people wanted back in the day to get that copy of the game on that system to be able to play it at an upscaled resolution natively on a console. So it's the same thing as like what I'm talking about now. If you guys don't know about this, I'd love to tell you guys about this, because you can take a PS2 game, find an upscaled pack to it, and you can be playing it in 4K, and it looks just as good as anything Sony could release on their own, if not sometimes better, because the community's behind it, right?
Yeah, if you look at, I keep on bringing up Bloodborne, but there's a guy called From Soft Serve. Shout out to him on YouTube, who's like dedicated to like updating and upgrading the visuals of all the Souls games. You go look at what he did with Bloodborne. It looks like something that Sony would release. And
Dude, no, that's an amazing thing we should do. Like, would we be able to do it on your end?
I've already downloaded tutorials and saved them into playlists. I'm sure I can do it. It's intense. There's some people saying that you have to have a PS4, put the disc in and do these kind of, and you have to jailbreak the
really?
PS4 Pro. Yeah. Then there's some other people that say it's easier. I have to find out which one actually works.
Yeah,
and
that would be an amazing stream. We got 2 hours to get it running.
Jesus Christ, it'll probably take 5.
Yeah, that's pretty in depth to get that thing running. It's not an easy feat.
So you know what we'll do? We'll get the team looking at it after, and I'll look into it as well, and we'll see if it's realistic.
That's a hint, hint, nudge, nudge that Jay's saying right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll get the team to look at it. Right, team?
I don't know if I honestly don't think you guys could actually get it up and running in time within a 2-hour window, because I hear it's beastie. So if we do this in 2 hours and you don't manage to do it, what happens if you can't do it in 2 hours?
Yeah, I think that it's a tall order to get done in 2 hours, and you got to make sure it works right too. I think that's something that needs. I think what should be done is that it's done off stream, and then we could explain the process. I'll even have
I'm pretty sure I could do it in 2 hours. I don't think you guys could do it in 2 hours.
He's talking shit. That's what he's doing.
So
I'm just being honest. Just being honest.
I'm not excited for Elden Ring Night Raid, which I know people think is lunacy, but I'm not. I still have to beat. Yeah,
dude. No,
multiplayer only.
Yeah, but no. Hang on a second. How is that possible? You love the first game, and all of a sudden you're just like, I don't want to play more of it. Explain why you.
Well,
don't.
That's not true. I want to play the DLC. I've played through a portion of it. I just haven't had time to play more.
You're getting literally like a dream come true. More boss battles, tons of them, and you could play it with other people, and you're like, nah, I'm not into it. Like, explain that to the audience.
I don't know. I mean, look, here's the thing. It may come out and I may get hooked on it, but I just feel like it's a way to milk Elden Ring at this point, you know?
Well, obviously, but any game coming out is trying to milk the audience.
Yeah, but FromSoft, I mean, they've always made DLC. I don't know, the online thing, and that it seems like they're trying to Fortnite some aspects of Elden Ring, and it's like,
So I don't play a lot of FromSoft games. So as far as I know, they do come out with the DLC, expect you to pay for it, but I don't see, as far as I know, they don't do microtransactions at least, right?
No, they're not going to do microtransactions with it. That I do know. No, they don't do them, which thank God, and I hope they stick to that. But I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just from what I've seen. At first, it seemed interesting, but then I looked into it more, and it was like, we'll see. Maybe I'll come out and I'll be a believer, and it'll completely change my fucking mind, and that could very well be the case. But
like, I just don't like the idea of multiplayer only. Like, you have to have 3 people, or else you can't play it.
No, you can play it solo.
Is it a solo? I thought it was you had to.
No, you can play it solo
at least.
No, the way it works is you play with 3 people or you play solo. You can't play with 2.
Oh, you can't play with 2 people. That's right. Which makes no sense.
That's really stupid.
They must have balanced it. I think it's just balanced for 3 players, and that's it. Or, they probably didn't want to do a version where it's balanced for just 2.
So they did. So basically, you're saying they just okay, here's version 1 if you're single player, and then here's version 2 of the game if you have 3 people, and you only have 1 person.
Yeah. Basically, that's it. What?
Bedtime podcast, nighttime ASMR hosted by Tech Talk. Well, when Jay's back at his office, we'll be able to bring up the energy again.
Yeah, guys, sorry. If you're coming in, you're wondering why my energy's low, because I'm not in my studio. I can't really talk too loud where I am right now, and also the cat almost died today, so I'm a little
Yeah, just make me feel bad again,
Jesus.
Jay. Just make me feel bad again.
So it's not a.
I'm just being
Dude,
I'm just being real with people.
hey, people keep asking me this. Rich, how many hours do you have in Elden Ring? Be honest. I don't know. Let me check my Steam account right now. And I can
I
tell
was
you.
gonna say, what's your Steam say?
Yeah, I'll look on Steam. I've also played a bunch on. Well, there was this thing going around that I put like 100 and something hours in like 2 weeks into the DLC, and that was not true. However, let me see. Elden Ring
So he
hours
says.
played. No, I didn't. Dead ass. I know you're joking, but dead ass, I didn't. That was like I actually showed a video recording on my phone to prove the person wrong. That was actually pretty funny. Just on PC, 491 hours. And 0.4, if you want to be exact.
Okay, so you can't really get too upset at him for that because I have like 2,200 hours in on Call of Duty.
Holy shit. I probably have about 200 hours in on the Xbox Series version too. And then if you want to add in, if you total it together, I probably have about 700 hours total in Elden Ring, which makes it, why the fuck I haven't beat the DLC yet?
Well, dude. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, let's ask the chat this too. What's the most hours you put into a game, and which game was it? I'll say, you guys are gonna be like, Jesus.
I take that back. I have 1,681
Hollow, I
hours
see you.
in Call of Duty.
I have over 1,000 hours in Minecraft.
I believe it.
Really?
Yeah.
I rather light myself on
It's
fire.
a
than play
relaxing
that
game. I can see why
Dude.
Jay plays it. It's relaxing.
I play Minecraft with my roommate, and we just go into the caves and build weird shit, and we try to always build cities. And it's the game I play when I just want to relax, to be honest with you.
Oh, I gotta. Yeah.
Whoa. Grandpa says 5K on Ark Survival.
Jesus. Holy hell. That's
Wait, let's
dedication right there.
Guys, say some of these in the chat again, because we missed some. Binding of Isaac, over 1,000 hours. Jesus.
Well, I can understand Binding of Isaac because it's different every time you play it. So I get why he's got that many hours in.
5K on World of Warcraft. 12K. Mac in the chat says 12K on Minecraft.
Oh, you already did it. I was making sure that we had the next show lined up. LolCow TechTalk. You did it already. Thank you.
Yeah, it's in there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I just double checked just to make sure.
Wow. Like, dude, 12,000 hours.
4,015 hours? Stop it. 2,000 hours in Dark Souls. 2.
Outer Z says 2,000 on Red Dead Redemption 2.
69 hours in Genital Jousting. I have that game. I actually played that on a stream many moons ago.
1 million hours on Mario Heat. Says he's got 1 million hours in Candy Crush. Go touch grass.
Listen,
Just playing, by the way.
I'm curious to play Dark Souls 2. Wing says 6,000 in Rainbow Six. I've watched him get pissed off in that game. It's great.
Oh, Wings gets pissed off so easy.
Mystery, I haven't seen that video. Mike Matei. I hung out with Mike Matei one day. And when I worked at a retro game store called Scene Games, we paid to have him come down, sign some autographs. He was a cool guy in real life.
He's very anti-safe states in games. I could say other things about him right now too that I've heard, but let's not go there. Listen,
Mike Matei?
Yeah.
Mike Matei? Oh,
Yeah.
You mean his comic books?
Yeah, his comic books and the fact that he's well endowed that everyone keeps talking about. I don't want to know, but it's something
so is Pro Jared. Everyone knows. They've seen the photo.
Yeah, I've unfortunately seen that photo where he's dressed up like a Sailor Moon character holding his junk.
No. I randomly tweeted out maybe a week ago at like 4 a.m. I just said, unfortunately, I've seen Pro Jared's dick. People were like, oh God, why did you remind us?
Listen, he was wearing a Sailor Moon outfit holding his cock. Anyway, 60 Turbo Express, you made me interested. You're the one that listened. Go get Stroke the Horse for the PS5. It's a real game. Well, it's not a game. It's not. And you just sit there pressing the X button and the horse slightly changes color and you get trophies with it. That's it.
Dude, do you know How many clicks do you have to click that horse to get the platinum? Do you know?
No, I don't.
2,000.
I may have to do that on a stream someday.
I did it on my stream. We did stroke the horse and stroke the beaver, and there was one more ones. What was the other one? It's like stroke.
It was. I don't remember, man. That was like 9 months ago.
Yeah, that
was a minute ago.
50 million hours on YouTube. Oh, Christopher, you know what? I'm probably not far behind you. I think many of us get terminal with watching shit on YouTube, especially because I fall asleep to shit on YouTube too. I always wait.
Yeah.
What?
Let me bring this up today. They announced that Gears of War Day 1 is being produced by the team that made Judgment, which makes me feel not so hot about the game anymore.
Judgment, was that on 360?
Yeah, that was the lowest scoring game to date. So E-Day, I was so excited for, and now all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, they are making it?
Gears of War, after Gears of War 2, I lost interest in Gears of War. Like Gears of War 3, I played some of it. I beat 1, I beat 2. 3, I was just
Gout
like,
Day.
Gout Day.
See,
was
I'm the
okay.
weird one. I can never get into game. I never got into game Gears of War. Never.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Horde
I
mode.
never.
Dude, Horde mode with your friends is fun as Halo multiplayer was back in the day.
I think it was because of the controls when it first started, because I was a big Halo 3 nut back then, Halo 2 nut. So just going from third person from first person just kind of screwed with me a bit. So I just never got into the games, to be honest.
Wow.
Just never did.
It's actually, I know we're getting into like the last couple minutes. I remember I was speaking of gaming hiatuses, the 6th generation. I owned the consoles, but I never really, like, I would buy a PS2, play it for a couple months, sell it. I remember the only game I really, really played during that generation was online SOCOM. And that was it. I never really fucked with gaming during that generation, but I finally got back into it and just impulse bought a 360 after driving home from work. And I remember playing Gears of War and putting it in, and I was like, it blew my mind because like I was so out of the loop, and seeing graphics like that, even though it was only 720p and a 720p monitor, like I couldn't compute that games could look like that. Now you look back, I wouldn't say laughable, but it's like, you know. But back then it was like and the gameplay was great too, you know.
All right, guys. So we'll be back to normal tomorrow.
Yes, it'll be a normal stream tomorrow. Shout out to Ones for coming through in a clutch while Jay was spooning a cat. All jokes aside, why the hell is my phone going off?
No worries. I hope everybody had some fun on here with me tonight. I hope to see you guys again. But thank you for having me on, Rich. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jay, for making it happen.
I appreciate it, man. And thank you guys for make sure to go check out LolCow Aussie coming on right after this. And we will see you again tomorrow. Boring as fuck. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Happens. Twiggy won't be boring. Go watch Twiggy.
Go watch Twiggy. He's a man. He was half asleep on someone else's stream. We're going to give it. I don't want to just. I'm a big, beautiful woman, by the way, they're saying.
Yes, Michelle, you are. You are, Michelle.
Dude, you should wear that hat often. It looks dude. Seriously,
No.
I swear, it changes your whole vibe.
I know it makes me almost sexy, maybe, arguably.
It takes 10 years off of your face, unlike the little Sharpie beard.
No, everyone always says that my beard makes. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now. Go watch LolCow Aussie. It's been an awesome stream. It's 2 a.m. I don't want them waiting. I know what that's like. Have a good one, guys.
Have a good night, guys.